Avalon here, and welcome back to Simply Avalon. Today I have another back to school video for you because it is getting closer to that time, y'all. So this video is actually, if you can't tell from the title, a how to take good notes in school. Yeah. Anyway, I have around 6, 7-ish different ways that I have found that help me take really great notes and in turn make really great grades in my classes. So if you are interested, just continue watching. Okay, so my first tip to making great grades is to, I know this may sound kind of bad, but write everything you hear. I feel like a lot of people miss things because when your teacher has something on the board, like if they're using a PowerPoint or something like that, you're just busy trying to write down what's on the PowerPoint. When in real life, you really should probably listen more to what they're saying than actually what they have on the slide. Because what I'm actually going to say for my second tip is take pictures of the slides in advance so that you can write those down later on. Listen to what the teacher is saying so that you can get down any of those little hints that they usually throw in during class. My next point, which is to use color in drawings. As my 7th grade teacher says, it's actually easier for your brain to understand and keep the information in if you use color to differentiate things from other things, if that makes sense. So basically, I like to use color for my flashcards and also for when I'm studying vocabulary. So if I have vocab for something important in biology, I may highlight, okay, yellow for my hypothesis and then all the information going along with my hypothesis, and then blue for the actual results for what happened in the lab. So when I'm doing my lab write-up later on, then I can go back and know that yellow is what my hypothesis is and blue is what my conclusion is. So my next tip is to actually outline. So I actually wanted to use this tip to tell you guys that 1, you can organize what you are doing, and 2, it's really easy if you outline stuff to go back and look through them when you're studying. So this is a great tip for exams, especially to just go back, look through your outlines, and then you can tell exactly what you should study. So going back to the colors and like drawings thing, I also wanted to add that you should only use a few colors. Yes, rainbow colors are pretty and you see it on Tumblr all the time, but in my opinion, I would stick to 3 to 5 colors because any more than that will just get your brain like, ugh. If everything is special, then there's nothing really differentiating everything if you just have a plethora of colors on your paper. So the next thing that I wanted to actually say is to use flashcards. You'd be surprised in how little students actually use flashcards. So going back to my biology example, our teacher actually gave us 250, I think, vocabulary words on the first week of school, and we were told to get the definitions of all of them and that he was going to be giving us quizzes periodically through the first 2 weeks of school, and we had to just know the vocab. So one thing that was just like, ugh, is how can I learn all of this vocab since he's giving us a bunch of words that aren't necessarily normal? Like, do you know what erythro means? Red. Yeah. So it's suffixes, prefixes, and then actual words that dealt with biology. So one of my tips was to just create flashcards. So since I had that many words, I did not want to go through 200 and something flashcards for one unit. So I actually cut the flashcards in half so that I could actually use less but have more. So yeah, you should definitely use that, especially if you have a class where you're going to have a lot of vocabulary, whether that be your foreign language class or your English class. If you do not like to use flashcards, I also suggest to use sticky notes instead. This helps you to just stay organized and know what is going on in your classes. What I like to do is if I have sticky notes on me, to just write down questions that I have, or just to see different points that, okay, maybe this could be on a future test, so let me write this down just in case it is on a future test so that I'll know for later on. And then you can just put your sticky notes up anywhere or in your agenda, and it is perfect, especially for going back through your notes during studying times. Next, I say to use Onenote. So if you have to bring a laptop or just have a laptop for a class like me, then you most likely have the Microsoft Office suite. And if you have the Microsoft Office suite, then you will have Onenote. Now, most people do not know about this app, but it's actually a lifesaver. Basically, it's Microsoft's own version of online note-taking or notebook. So whereas most people would take their notes on Word, I actually suggest to take it on Onenote because you can do screenshots of what you are seeing of like PDFs or whatever that you get from your classes, and you can actually put them into your notebook, notebook in Onenote, and then take notes that way. And it actually allows you to sketch on Onenote, to highlight, and I know you can do that in Word documents too, but it's just so much easier in Onenote because the app was actually created for that purpose. So if you have a class that's online that you actually like to take notes online, then that is definitely an app that I would look into. I also suggest to write down questions for the teachers. So a lot of people usually just don't like asking questions in class. And I can totally understand that. Going back to biology, it was really hard to ask questions in class because you were afraid to get the wrong answer. And that was just never a good situation to have a wrong answer.
Especially when bonus points were on the line.
So I like to write down questions so that I could actually go back to him later on during the day to ask him those questions. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that these tips help you out for this 2016 to 2017 school year. And I also hope that this will help you have great notes and in turn make great grades this coming school year. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.